Hey traders, John Howell here. So let's have a look around the markets today. Guys, I still see oil and the energy sector likely to be setting up for a really big move to come on the downside. And they're the different types of patterns I'm always looking for when it comes to myself from here. So I want to be focusing on that there, guys. Traders, I'm also running a webinar today. And on that webinar, I'm going to teach you exactly what to look for in a powerful quality setup. And so if you are looking for a powerful quality setup, and here's some screenshots of things that I've done in the past and some things I'll show you when it comes to, just some really big moves and big profitable trades, then you're going to absolutely love that webinar that I'm running. First thing in the description there, guys, go join that. I promise you on the webinar, I'll share with you all the details of exactly what to look for in a high quality setup, right? If you don't even know what to look for in a high quality setup, then go watch the webinar. I promise you that will help you out. And also, I've also got some other things there as well too, about 3 secrets to help you out and so on and so forth. Now, looking at the oil market is one of the greatest shorting opportunities we've actually seen, because we're actually starting to break to the downside. And I was going through this I spent 2 hours with my coaching clients today, really helping them out. And the one thing we're talking about here was whenever we start to get these periods of not much going on for a while, and we see this through here, right? So if we go down to here, whenever we start to get these periods of, see when we just do nothing for a little bit of time, like this here is over the space of say 1 year. Whenever we do that sideways pattern in the markets, we actually start to see, whenever we get that, we tend to get sideways and then a big move. Sideways and a big move. So whenever we do get these sideways types of a pattern, as you can see, we've been sort of squeezing up through here. We haven't been really doing much from here. Whenever we do get that, whenever it does break, we tend to get really big moves in the markets. Now, what tends to happen with oil, and as you can see, is whenever we do get this, we tend to do what? As you can see here, I'm going back to this level through here. We tend to break the support level first, don't we? We tend to break that. We have a support. We tend to break the support. We get the pullback. And then if this move does happen, this is where the really big move is likely to come from when it comes to oil. So if we go look at actually the market today from oil, and you'll be able to see how it's doing something really similar, right? Look at this here. We've had all this support through here, right? All this support through here. We came down, and now we're retracing through here. So if we do roll over here, we have a big down bar, this could be the start of a really big move to come out of that level through there. And this is the same for also the energy sector as well too, XLE. And one of the reasons why I'm focusing on XLE, the energy sector, is one of the reasons why I'm focusing on that through there, is we're doing something pretty similar as well too. If I go to my weekly chart, so you can see it from a big picture perspective, you can see how we really haven't been doing much from here. We do have this actually support level through here, but it's actually more like that there. So this here was the pattern through here. That was that through there. As you can see, we broke down and now we're going sideways. I did actually have a trend line in there because that was the support level. So this actually could be getting ready for a really big drop to come. I don't know why. I don't need to know the fundamental reasons why, but if we start to get a really nice setup, and again on that webinar, guys, you'll see the exact trading pattern I'm looking for right now. For me to actually have an entry signal off the XLE. So go join that webinar and I'll teach you that. You'll be able to see that from there. So anyway, so let's actually go down to, and let's actually see what actually happened with the overall markets today. So let's go check out the Russell. The Russell is actually starting to increase a bit of a bid here. So we're really starting to hold here once again, guys. And as you can see, so far anyway, the maximum fear that actually happened in the markets down here, it seems like it's actually towards the low of the markets. Right, when there's maximum fear in the marketplaces, this is when we're actually starting to increase a bit of a bid here. So really interesting stuff there. Looking at the same for the Nasdaq as well too, right? Look at this here. This big drop on the downside, maximum fear in the marketplace, is actually starting to cause a bit of a bottom right now, and we're actually causing this higher low. So we're really starting to pick back to the upside, guys. A lot of nice movement to the upside. Same for the Dow as well too. Actually, let's go to the Dow Cash. The Dow Cash low, we're actually developing a highlight, and we're starting to push to the upside. So there's a big bid that's actually happening between that level there, and the same for the S&P 500. S&P 500 low, high low, and we're pushing to the upside. So really finding a lot of support level through here. And as you can see, the big thing here, guys, is that when we started to get maximum volatility through here, And when we had this maximum fear down here, as you can see, that seems like it was a really good buying opportunity. It's just taking a bit of time to start to sort itself out, and maybe we're now heading up to, because as you guys know, I have a 7,500 target by the end of this year. I know that sounds pretty crazy, but we'll see what actually happens from there, from that level through there. Let's go look at gold right now. Gold, really nice up day with gold today. You just want to sort of just be careful with gold right now, guys. There's two things that actually could happen with gold. One, we can go retest the highs again and then we fail, or we continue to see the gold starting to move off. When the market's going up right now, they're probably selling off a lot of gold. So I wouldn't be too surprised to either see one, a drop to the downside, or if it does give another move to the upside through there, that's going to be a false breakout, guys. Or it's likely to be a false breakout. And then we get the reversal from there, from looking at that point from there, from that as well too. If we look at the actual dollar as well too, the dollar has actually come down through here. We look at this dollar from a weekly chart perspective, and the dollar is down through here. If the dollar does start to get back above this level, this 100 level, then we're probably going to see the dollar rise back up to around about the 104 level. And that's the weekly chart there. If we go back to our daily charts, this is what the daily charts would actually look like from this point through here, right? So this major level through here, you can see, and what's actually happened so far, this is the start of the makings of a false breakout, meaning, or false breakdown, right? Down, support. Look at here, flush down, but now we're holding here. Okay, we're holding. Whenever we do something like that, and then we start to just hold, and then we get back above, that's a false breakout, and then we're likely to see a nice move back to the upside from there. I'll show you what I mean here. I'll give you a few examples of what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to show you here. All right, here's an example of what could be happening with the dollar market, the false breakdowns. All right, we have all this support level through here, all the support. It actually broke down, didn't it? See how we actually had this flush down past the support level, but then it went sideways, and as soon as we actually got back above, and in this case, you can see how this bar, as soon as we actually got back above that level through there, that was the makings, and that was the start of a potential, or that was the start and the makings of that going through there as well too from there. So that's what I wanted to sort of share with you guys from the dollar perspective on what's happening with gold. Gold right now, guys, what I've been saying, my big theme around the last month is that focus on the stock market for buying opportunities and not looking for opportunities in gold, because gold has already done its thing. And we could be starting to see a really nice move coming in the overall stock market. If I go and share with you the good old Bitcoin chart, and the Bitcoin chart, guys, I'm really liking this pattern here, right? And the market tends to like to do this it's really amazing. It happens a lot, right? We actually look at this low, we actually come down and retest the low, and then now that's the bottom, right? Bottom in Bitcoin, and now we're starting to push back to the upside. This is the short-term pattern. But if I show you the overall longer-term pattern, and let me just bring this down to here, this is actually the longer-term pattern. So the longer-term pattern for Bitcoin has definitely been to the upside. Up and then down, higher, low, up and down, higher, low, up and down, higher, low. We're still getting these major significant higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. And then now this is the weekly charts. And now this daily chart is actually starting to break this downward move from here. We had this low, we had a retest of low, and now we're pushing back to the upside. So I would say that the bottom is in now for Bitcoin. It doesn't mean we can't get a bit of a pullback from here, but if we do get a pullback down to this level here, we're probably going to get a higher low, and then we're probably going to start to make our way back to the upside from there. So a bit of a thing too, guys, for you guys that are trading the markets. One thing that really helps me, and I talked about this before, and I'm going to talk about this a lot on that webinar training. Secret number one is really going to help you guys out on that webinar. If you're losing a lot of money, I'm going to talk to you about what I had to do to actually, for many years losing money, to actually then start to make money and then go from there, and so on and so forth. But the big thing I really want to share with you, as you can see, all these are screenshots of trades that have happened, but the screenshots in these trades are pretty much the exact same type of pattern again and again and again. And if you want to build real confidence within your trading, guys, you need to actually have these screenshots. And all these are screenshots of different markets, stock market, forex, all different types of markets, right? And different time frames. But it's the exact same pattern of taking screenshots. And as you can see, that this is actually a screenshot that I used this is the screenshot that I used when I was looking into getting the gold, right? So this was gold back before the big move I see in gold right now. This is when I was starting to get into gold because it was the exact same pattern, right? And so if you're guessing, there's no guessing in the markets. There is the same type of patterns that form again and 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 again, and it's gonna keep repeating. That are gonna have a massive probability of giving you a nice successful trade. Sometimes for a very short-term move, sometimes for a big profit trade. And taking screenshots, you can see here I've got 286 screenshots of basically the exact same type of pattern that I look for and the exact type of setups that are going to really, really help you out. So I encourage you guys, I really want you to take a lot of screenshots of all different markets of your actual trading setup. And once again, guys, if you don't even have a good trading setup, join my webinar, first link in the description, and I'll be sure to help you out.